Hello, BI412 class. Welcome to week number 5 of our class. BI412, Isaiah, Jeremiah. We're in the book of Jeremiah. Please make sure you turn your assignments in on time. You know Beulah Heights has a policy on late work, makeup work. So please turn your assignment in. Remember last week, who was condemned and why? How does Jeremiah describe the restoration of Judah? And that was over Jeremiah 21 through Jeremiah 35. The assignment's due. Make sure you turn it in for points. Of course, anytime there's a late assignment that's turned in will be points deducted. You receive that late work policy. This week, not much reading, surprisingly. So it's one of our lighter weeks. It'll be on Jeremiah chapter 36, 37, 38. So you read 3 chapters in the Bible, and you will also have in your Brueggemann book, you will have some reading there. That's this book right here. You should have that book by now. Pages 338 through 368, 28, 29 pages. So make sure, it's one of our lower reading weeks. Make sure you read in the book. And you study, keep up with your assignments, keep up with your work. I'm seeing we all can improve on something, but some students are doing really well. And keep up the good work. Jeremiah, great book, and it's powerful. I'm going to go over each chapter with you real quick and give you a summary of each chapter. Chapter 36 talks about Jeremiah's scroll to Joachim. The book of judgments were written down. Jeremiah 36, verses 1 through 4. And in verses 5 through 10, the book of judgments was read to Judah. Verses 11 through 13, the effect on the people. And verses 14 through 19 was the effect on the princes. Verses 20 through 26 was the effect on Joachim. And the book was destroyed. Hey, we don't want nothing to do with this. The book was then rewritten in verses 27 through 32 with added judgments. Jeremiah says, not playing around. He says, because you destroyed the first book, there's more judgments. Joachim is sentenced. Jeremiah 37, verses 1 through 2. Zedekiah, the reign of Zedekiah. Verses 3 and 4, Zedekiah requests prayer. Verse 5, the Chaldeans depart Jerusalem. Verses 6 through 10, the prophecy of their return. Verses 11 through 14, Jeremiah's 5th persecution, falsely accused and arrested. Verses 15 and 16, he was cast into a dungeon. This is very important for our discussion board this week. Verse 17, he's released. Verses 18 through 20, he pleads for mercy. Verse 21, he's confined to the prison court. Chapter 38, verses 1 through 4, Jeremiah accused by the princesses and death penalty was demanded. Let's kill Jeremiah. Verse 5 and 6, he's delivered to the princess, cast into the second dungeon. Verses 7 through 13, rescued by an Ethiopian, powerful, kept in the prison court though. Verses 14 through 16, he private conference with Zedekiah, the king, pleads for mercy. Verses 17 through 23 is a prophecy of conditional mercy. Verses 24 through 28, Zedekiah fears the princesses. Verse 28 talks about Jeremiah's continued imprisonment until the captivity. And it leads off there. That ends this week's lessons. So, this week, discussion board. Discussion board is this. We talked about the sufferings and persecution. We talked about Jeremiah's scroll and imprisonment. What can we learn from Jeremiah's imprisonment and persecution? How does this encourage the Christian to remain strong? What can we learn from Jeremiah's imprisonment and persecution. How does this encourage the Christian to remain strong? Remember, your initial post, 250 words due by Thursday night at 11:59 p.m. And then 2 125-word response to classmates are due by Sunday at 11:59. Initial post is due by Thursday at 11:59. The 2 replies are due by Sunday at 11:59. Please do your homework on time. Powerful. We all face trials as Christians, but we must stay faithful to the Lord. God bless you. We'll talk to you next week. This is week 5. Next week, BI412. God bless.